count us in.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1, go.
Holy fucking moly. Welcome to another episode of Necro Electric. I'm your host, Sean D. Skellington. That's our air conditioner. This is my beautiful wife, Kylie, and our blondish, getting whiter, Jordan Cheek.
It like gets whiter.
I'm getting
I see her.
I'm getting older. I'm getting old.
She's aging.
Today we got a super special guest. He's the owner of Junkyard Tactical. You want to introduce yourself?
In Waco, I go by Scott.
Scott?
Really?
But in the military, I go by Larry. So I've been going by Larry for the last 20 years.
That sounds super sketchy.
My first name's Larry.
Oh, okay.
And it's my dad's name. My dad in Waco is Larry Teakell.
Do you have a dad somewhere else?
Gotcha.
Oh, he's right there.
He's
down
still
the
there.
road. He's down the road.
You said my dad in Waco, like you had a dad in another town,
I'm not
too.
used to living back in Waco.
Oh, okay.
I just moved back here 8 months ago.
From where?
Harker Heights.
Oh, okay.
Before that, it was Iraq. And then before that, it was Oklahoma.
That's my neck of the
Before that,
woods.
It was Fort Lewis, Washington.
Lots of moving.
Been all around the world. And factoid, this is Serena from Living Dead Thread's dad.
Yes.
Oh,
The coolest daughter in
cool.
the world.
Yes.
Shout out to Serena.
Coolest grandbaby in the world.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I just saw her
Ellen
like
is adorable.
2 hours ago.
Aw.
I went and bought her some blueberries.
Aw,
Nice.
she's a sweetheart.
Before we get too far into it, I know you're watching this on YouTube, so just hit the damn button and give us
Do
a
it.
subscribe. All right.
Now. Do it now.
I know some of you didn't.
Time that you did.
Quit stalling.
Cool. Well, this is your first time on the show, so you got to do
This is my first time on any show.
Really? All right. Well, look at that. Popping the
Wow.
cherry.
Yes.
Podcast wise.
Yeah, great.
Well, for everybody that's new on our show, you have to do the who the hell are you section. So you have to answer 3 questions. So
Okay.
everybody
Are they new
can.
questions every time?
Nope. So everybody.
Come
So
on. Serena's dad.
this guy's punk rock, dude. I can
Oh,
tell a
very
punk
hardcore.
rocker. So first question: vampire, werewolf, or monster hunter?
Werewolf.
Okay.
I like that answer.
Question 2: what kind of porn do you watch? And you could say none.
Free.
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 That might be the best answer so far, right? And then, where are you originally from?
I'm originally from Galveston, a little town, Texas City.
Yeah, we wanted to mob out there. That's the island, right?
Yeah. Texas City has a dike. That's the main track.
It has a dike?
A dike.
What's a dyke?
It's a huge landmass that stops the ocean from coming in and destroying
Gotcha.
the city.
So it's not like a really lesbian.
Her
girl.
name is Bertha. Her name is Bertha. It's fine.
We call butchy girls
a
dyke in
dyke.
California.
When I was a kid growing up in Texas City, that was where I went on my summer vacations. My grandfather.
Oh, okay.
And then my uncle lived there. And my uncle's the same age as me and my brother. And we'd go crabbing.
Oh, fun.
Ooh, I love
And
crabbing.
we're like
Fun.
10, 11, 12, 13 years old. And we're like, this is like old school, right? So you're like, hey, I'm going to the dike. We're going to go crabbing. And they're like, okay. We stop off at the
Like, have fun at the dike.
we stop off at the grocery store and get some chicken legs
Perfect.
and go crabbing. I mean, we're
Yeah.
out there by ourselves, no supervision.
Yeah,
Just doing what little boys do,
right.
tearing shit up.
Nowadays, you cannot do that.
You can't do it. It's a
I'm
different
still,
world.
I'm still getting used to people calling them chicken legs.
As opposed to what?
We're at your
Yeah.
daughter's house the other night. They had it over for a barbecue,
Mhm.
and they're like, "Yeah, we're having chicken legs," and I'm like, "Chicken legs?
What do you call them?
I like drumsticks or
Drumsticks.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I was waiting for
Yeah.
some really random thing to be like,
Oh, no.
chicken sticks or something.
I don't know. When I think chicken leg, though, I imagine like the whole leg, like
Yeah.
foot attached.
like chicken feet and everything."
Yeah, you gotta cut them off. You gotta cut them off.
Did you actually eat the crabs when you caught them, or did you just catch them and throw them back?
Well, if you caught enough of them, you could sell them. 5 cents a
Oh,
pound.
okay. Because I can tell you from last year, every year, me and my family go to Surfside on a beach trip, and last year we went crabbing. We used chicken necks instead of
Where at?
legs. Surfside.
Surfside.
It's kind of close to Galveston. It's I don't know my
Poor
geography
man's
down there.
Galveston.
I've never
Sure,
been-
yes.
Surfside.
But we got a bunch of chicken necks, and we went crabbing, and we shelled those. We cooked them and we shelled them, and it took forever. And all our fingers were like cut up and smelled like fish, but it was freaking delicious. Fresh crab, huh?
Was it worth it?
Yeah. I mean, we caught a good number enough to like make stuff with it. If it had been like 2 or 3, it wouldn't have been worth it because they're not like huge crabs. They're probably this big, and you
like
get
the
just
blue soft shell.
Yeah.
Nice.
Flat.
And
I'm not a seafood guy.
Yeah.
Their pinchers are like this big.
I'm a beef and potatoes dude.
Beef.
She loves
Beef and potatoes,
Seafood.
corn hash and
crabs are like-
cabbage.
Got some Irish in there. Huh?
yeah, like the cockroaches of the sea to me. I don't know.
It's so good.
Oh yeah,
I'm Irish but in Norwegian, but
oh okay.
I always say I'm Norwegian with Irish blood inside.
My family's name is Roderick, so my original name would be Sean Douglas Roderick.
Sean Douglas Roderick. Yeah, it's so fancy.
We got our
Teakell's
thespian
an
over
Irish
here.
name, but, the Christopherson clan from Norway.
Nice. My guitar player is he's got some Nordic blood in him too. The Greg.
I always claim the Nordic blood before I claim anything else.
It's a pretty cool thing to claim. I'm just English, and that's boring as fuck. Like, it's not interesting at all to be like, oh, yes, my family was English. You're like, oh, yeah, cool, white people.
Sorry, bye.
Hey, now they do some pretty hardcore stuff. Not as hardcore as the
Not
Vikings.
my family. Please. No.
I like listening to my grandmother's full-blooded like Norwegian.
Oh, cool.
She has all these old photographs, and I always wanted to name my firstborn son Severin because my uncle Severin.
Oh, that's cool.
My great uncle Severin had this huge mustache. It was like this big,
Yeah.
kind of like this, like a handlebar mustache, huge. There's a picture of him that I always had, in my bedroom. I lived in my grandma's house for a while when I was going to college.
Yeah.
So I got to see all this and hear about all this stuff.
That's so
Yeah,
cool.
you can easily tell a Nordic guy. Like when I met Greg, he's blonde as hell, just huge beard. Looks like he just came off a boat.
Yeah. I just recently, like, my beard passed its chin phase.
Yeah.
I got my first haircut since the quarantine
right.
Friday,
Nice.
and it was I feel like I had mullet in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, it's coming back, man.
It's gone.
The mullet's coming
is
back.
Joe Exotic rocked it.
I know. It's
That
going to be
guy's
popular
crazy.
now.
That guy's insane.
Oh my god, there's Joe Exotic everything. I was like looking for a bath bomb online last night, and there's like Joe Exotic bath bombs. It's like his face.
Social media is like
Is the smell cigarette
I
butts?
don't know. I didn't read
Gay
it.
butt sex.
you can make anything and sell it nowadays.
Oh yeah.
When I was a kid, all this stuff that's going on right now, like all this claymation stuff and
Yeah.
making your own mugs and T-shirts and all that stuff. My friend Judd and I did that DIY stuff for our own
back in the
punk rock
day.
band. And we made our own stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
we had to actually draw the stickers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that also leads to Junkyard Tactical. So if you guys check him out on Instagram, Google it. You actually take salvage material and turn
So-
it into.
Either I find it, it's 1095 construction grade high carbon steel, or it's like railroad spikes, or iron. I can turn iron into something,
Yeah.
like an axe or something like that. I find it, or somebody donates it to me, which I have a good Twitter following on Twitter at Junkyard Tactic, and those guys, I think I've made so. Well, I didn't. I made $60 when I was here for that thing, but then I posted it online at Twitter, and I made
Yeah.
$300.
Nice.
You know?
Nice.
and then orders keep coming in, and I have to find the metal. You know, if
Yeah.
somebody wants a big Bowie knife, well, I got to go find that because I just don't have it laying around. But
Yeah.
And that's like a family trait, or because your daughter's the same way.
Yeah.
Everything is reused.
reuse, repurpose, reengage.
Yes.
There you
That's
go.
my
Very
motto. That's my motto.
environmental, right?
Yeah,
Would
right.
you consider yourself an environmentalist?
Yeah, I do. I would
Yes.
because it's not in the landfill anymore. It's something else that
Yeah.
you can use, a tool.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, it's a
protect
really
yourself.
cool.
Oh, yeah.
It's cool looking too. It's
That was
not like
badass, dude.
Yeah.
I brought one, but it's out of my truck.
Okay, we'll get a picture of it and we'll insert
Yeah, we'll
it.
post
Go on
it.
to my my Instagram account.
Yes.
And all the knives that I've done so far. So.
Yeah, we'll have all the links on the
And
video.
I just started TikTok.
I'm
You
on
did?
TikTok. I love it.
Are you trying to hawk
I like
knives
watching
on
it,
there, or you're
But
singing
I'm not
songs?
gonna do anything. No. I posted.
You're not
my
gonna
first
floss
TikTok.
on there?
I posted my first TikTok, and it was like, I was angry. It was
right.
like,
It was like a rant.
Yeah, it was a rant.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those, it's a huge time waster because I will find myself just scrolling, watching
yeah.
people, like trying to come up with ideas for my stuff. Because I also have a TikTok. And, you know, to me, it's one of those things where I spend so much time putting these videos together and it doesn't get very many views. But I'll see some like 15-year-old doing some dance in her booty shorts and she's got like
That's all it is.
thousands of views and thousands of likes. And I'm like,
We got to put on the booty shorts.
Yeah.
I was scrolling through TikTok a while ago before I came here, and there's this one girl that I follow just because of this, and she's like, I got on a bikini, I did the dance. Where's my mansion?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna like you.
Yeah.
You're funny.
Yeah.
But
Booty shorts
I
work
showed-
for either guy or girl on TikTok.
That's
Yeah.
true.
True.
That's true.
I posted some actual like me beating on the metal on the forge,
Nice.
and
Oh,
I
that's cool.
posted.
Yeah.
I made this really cool battle sword, and I put Liberty or Death on it with the skulls, with the little Punisher skulls on it.
That's
Mm-hmm.
tight.
I sold it for $200, and then I played Hatebreed because that's one of my favorite bands.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jamie Josta.
Yeah, Jeremy. I actually met him. He's a pretty cool guy.
Nice.
And that video was rocked. I was like, oh, I can do all this stuff in TikTok and make it sound all cool and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I started watching all these other videos, and I was like, dude, what are you doing?
Bunch of zillennials going crazy.
It's
Yeah.
anime cosplay, that kind of stuff. I liked seeing it. I don't like doing it.
Yeah.
I could do it.
It takes somebody with an enormous amount of time on their hands to be like, I'm going to spend all this time putting on makeup and wigs and finding the perfect costume to do a 60-second video.
She does
Yeah.
it.
I told Serena. I came back from Iraq in 2010, and I took Serena to the first Comic-Con that came out
Oh,
in
fun.
November.
Yeah.
And she dressed up like Rogue, old school Rogue.
Oh, nice.
X-Men.
And, we were there. I mean, I love Comic-Con. I love going and seeing everything, and mainly all the artists that draw monsters and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I go there and I buy monster toys
Yeah.
because that's where you find stuff that nobody else has.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have a
Yeah.
collection that you would love to see.
I definitely would.
It's
Right up his
I've
alley.
been collecting since 1982,
Oh, hell yeah.
That's awesome.
and I've got you get to the point where you get some money. You know, you can start buying stuff. Like
Yeah.
I got this doll, this Creature from the Black Lagoon doll. It costs $175 at the thing. Now it's like worth $2,000.
Damn.
What?
It's huge. It's
That's
fat. It's like one of those-
cool.
it's a munchkin looking.
Yeah.
thing.
How cool. That's
Awesome.
awesome.
My Frankenstein collection is just out of this world.
Is that your favorite monster, Frankenstein?
Yeah. And the werewolf.
Yeah. Werewolf.
But I mean, I like werewolves and stuff, but Frankenstein, I was a medic in the army, so he's kind of put together.
Yeah.
You know, I could make those guys. So
Yeah.
we kind of had like a mind meld. Through, you know,
Gotcha.
and I kind of used him as my spirit monster.
Your
There you
spirit
go.
monster.
Ooh,
I like
I've never
that.
even thought about
What's
that.
your spirit monster?
My spirit monster is probably Baba Yaga.
The fuck is that?
You've never heard of Baba Yaga?
The
Okay, so
boogeyman.
she's a Russian witch that it's basically like what's the word? Hans and Gretel or is that
and Gretel?
Hansel and Gretel. Basically, I mean, she's this very like scary witch lady that lures people and children to the woods to her house, and she eats them. So
And
I
that's your spirit
I
monster.
feel it. I feel it.
Watch out, Oscar.
Jordan
That's a-
has a lot darker side to her than I thought.
Hey, it's his fault. He's the one who's been calling me that for 2 days since my hair's been like this. He was like, he's like, little babushka, little Baba Yaga, and I'm like, yeah.
What's that movie with the guns, the shooting guns all the time?
Narrows it down.
John Wick.
Yes.
How'd
So
you
the
get
John Wick series, that's his nickname, is the Baba Yaga.
Oh, yeah. So it kind of translates. It's similar to like a boogeyman or
Yeah.
the witch in Hansel and Gretel's. It's just Russian, which
Okay.
makes it like 10 times scarier.
Have you seen the Babadook?
Yes.
That was good. That was creepy. They're making a part 2.
Oh.
I guess we're gonna have to brush up on our movies.
Yes, it's really good. You guys would like it.
I watched everything from 1920 to like somewhere around 2000.
Yeah.
So wait, who's your spirit monster?
Would be Bela Lugosi.
I got
That's a
Bella.
person though, not a monster.
Dracula.
There's Bella right there.
I got him too.
Is it?
I have all of them.
Yeah, I got him.
Would it be his? Is it his Dracula? Is that your spirit monster?
Dracula is
Yeah.
your spirit monster.
Yeah,
This is my
his
Bart
interpretation of it.
Simpson. Bart Simpson Frankenstein. It's chopped up in a blender.
I
Oh,
love
that is
that.
so
That's
cool.
awesome.
What about you,
I wanted to
Kylie?
get the red tornado around it, but I didn't have it.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I grew up on all the old school Universal films.
Yeah, me too.
That was like, because I was always bored when I was a kid. I was always home alone. And for some reason back in the day, like they used to play that stuff on TBS late at night all the time, man.
All the old monster
Yeah.
Channel
movies?
11 here in Waco when I was a kid.
And they in science fiction theater or whatever used to
Oh, yeah.
watch that stuff too.
Okay.
Science Theater
Yeah, yeah.
3000.
Yeah, they'd be like Werewolf versus Dracula's son.
Yeah.
all like the super like offshoot ones.
That's awesome.
What about you, Kylie?
If I
What's
had to
your
pick one? I would say Elvira. I just love her.
Elvira? She's
voice.
so cool.
She's
I always
awesome.
loved her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so weird to see her like without her wig.
I
though.
know.
She's like a redhead.
She looks like totally different than
Totally.
She
but,
looks
I mean,
like-
beautiful either way.
She looks like Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman without all the makeup on.
I think she is a vampire because if they posted
Yeah.
the other day they posted all the basically the ghouls on from television. So you had
Yeah.
like all the Lily Munster, Morticia Adams, all of them, and they posted all the pictures of current day how they look if they're still alive, and Elvira still looks pretty fucking
The
good.
same.
Yeah, she like
There's a big time difference between.
yeah.
True, but
But I've always been partial to Morticia Adams and all my
which
Girlfriends.
the
which
TV
one?
show?
the TV show.
She was like a
my
bikini
girlfriends had to
model
look
or
like
like Miss. She was some kind of pageant winner.
I didn't know that.
Was she?
Yeah. If you watch, they have a cool documentary on the Addams Family.
Lily Munster was pretty too, but she was too wide.
Too wide.
Like in the
Wide.
cheeks?
Everything was too wide. It's like I don't know. Morticia Adams just looked, like that.
Yeah, they had the
Yeah.
hourglass.
Yeah.
Well, and they stuck her
Petite.
ass in that dress that like she couldn't even like walk
Oh.
in.
Yeah.
That's why they just had her like
Mermaid one.
standing everywhere, like
you know-
or sitting.
When I say wide, I mean her character. Her hair was wide.
Yeah.
Her makeup was wide.
Yeah.
Her dress was wide and flowing.
Mm-hmm.
And she was pretty. I mean, I'm not saying she wasn't attractive. I'm just saying that Morticia Adams was more my speed.
I learned all my morals from the Munsters. The Munsters like.
That explains
It's literally it's literally like people think that, but it's literally like
wholesome.
father knows best just
It's wholesome.
with monsters.
Yeah, it's wholesome.
Every episode he's teaching his son
Yeah.
some kind of life lesson.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly. That's why I watched
That's
it.
always how I felt about the Addams Family, though. Is
Eddie,
like
that was his name.
there was just a sense of like acceptance. Like they didn't really care what you looked like or where you were from.
Yeah.
Like they just,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, Wednesday was kind of, picky about who she talked to, but everyone else was just like, okay, cool, and I'm like, that's the
Yeah.
house I want to
You're a
live
blob
in.
with 3 heads, and you want to eat people. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Come on in and have dinner with us.
Yeah.
They had all the wacky shit, like the bear, like all the rugs and all the stuff,
Yes.
and the lion that walked
I
around.
saw a photo in color, and that entire room is like there's a lot of pink. There's like pink wallpaper
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah,
but
the actual
because the
set.
TV show's black and white, like you don't.
So it
know.
translates to gray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really cool to see,
Interesting.
The
like,
remakes did a
color.
pretty good job.
See, the Morticia from the movies, that's the one that I know the best, and that's the one that I like.
I hate
more.
her. I do not like her look.
You don't like Angelica Houston?
Angelica Houston, right?
Oh, I love her. I think she did such a good job.
I think she did too.
That's my
the
favorite
first
Gomez,
festival
though.
did good too.
Yes. Gomez, yes. And I mean, she did a good job. It's just, I don't think that her look translates as well. Like, the TV show Morticia was much softer, I feel like. And then, what's her name?
Angelica Houston.
Angelica
tried
Houston.
hard.
She's a lot more chiseled.
She
I don't
tried
know.
hard.
Well, she's got more of a sinister kind of face
Yeah.
too. You know what I mean? Wasn't she?
She was in The Witches.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and she was the half black, half white.
Cruella de Vil?
Cruella de Vil. Right?
No, she. That was
The
Glenn
90s
Close.
one? Oh,
Yeah,
it's
Glenn
Close.
Close.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, That was awesome.
It was a good rendition of live action cartoons.
The newest Addams Family. Have you seen that? That
The
animation.
animated one.
I have not seen it.
It's a little weird.
Clips. I've seen stuff.
Charisse Theron is the new Morticia, and the everybody's like round. They're like,
Yeah.
The style's
Yeah.
weird.
I noticed that
Everybody's
too.
trying different things
yeah.
and trying to make old stuff work again.
But Raul Julia, that was my favorite Gomez.
Oh yeah. He was good.
Yeah.
He was good.
Is that the one from the television show?
No, it's from the movie.
I loved him in Street Fighter.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bison, he played Bison in Street Fighter. It was awesome.
Yeah. With Van Damme. We got time for an ad real quick?
yeah. This episode is brought to you by Skellington Curiosities, Waco's only curiosities and oddities shop, full of clothing, lingerie, accessories, oddities, and everyday curiosities. A spooky vibe 365. Visit us online at skeletoncuriosities.com.
Boom.
Boom.
A spooky vibe 365.
Hell yeah.
I know. I would really love for us to get t-shirts that say the Spooky Squad.
Yes. The
I want Spooky
For
Squad as a
sure.
shirt.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. That's next.
It's done.
Yes. Yay.
It can happen.
I was thinking that the other day. I was like, I want a shirt that says
Yeah.
Spooky Squad.
Yeah, I was thinking we need another like store shirt. You know, like official store merch shirt.
Oh, it's going to be a Curiosity shirt, not
Yeah.
a Necro shirt.
Both.
Right?
Both.
Okay.
Yes.
Mashup.
So when your daughter was on here, she said that you met her mother at a punk show. Was that the correct version?
Well, I took her to a lot of punk shows, but the truth of the matter is,
Here we go.
I was friends with her boyfriend,
Ah.
and I always thought
Spicy.
she was attractive.
One of those
Well,
situations.
see, and this guy, I forgot his fucking name because he's a dork. But he
Shout out
always
to that guy.
he treated her bad. He treated her bad.
He's
And
a
I was
dickhead.
like, and I hung out with my friend Rob, and we had a band called the Casket Kids. We were playing very old school Misfits cover songs, and I wrote
Nice.
3 songs, possibly 4 if you count just the Casket Kid theme song. But I saw her, at a party, and then I was like, well, where do you hang out at? And she's like, I hang out at 25th Street Theater. Back in the day, 25th Street Theater for punk rockers, goths, miscreants, drugs,
Sounds fun.
alcoholics, anybody was at 25th Street Theater
Yeah.
dancing,
Gotcha.
right? That's where Depeche Mode played,
Nice.
all right? Not
okay.
the band, but, I mean, that kind of music, dance music
Oh,
played.
not
80s
actual-
dance music, okay?
All right.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
80s gothic pop dance music stuff,
Yeah.
poppers on the dance floor, that kind of stuff.
Subculture
And she
club.
was really hot. So I was like, I want to make her my girlfriend.
Oh yeah.
And we hooked up at the show one time. So
Oh, okay.
it was like, bada boom, bada bing. Serena came and we got married.
Oh, so Serena was conceived at a show? Is that the breaking news?
Serena was conceived at my grandma's house.
I don't want to know this much about my friend. Okay.
Well, he says hooked up, but I'm wondering if he means like they met at a show or they like
Oh,
did the
lingo.
hibbity
He means They
jibbity.
like hooked
We
up.
met at 25th Street. We met at 25th Street Theater, and then we hooked up
Oh, okay.
They
Because
had
sometimes
intercourse.
afterwards at my house.
Okay, but sometimes when people say let's hook up, they don't necessarily mean let's
do.
fuck. They just I don't know. Like some people say, "Hey, let's hook up." Like I'm sorry. I guess I just don't use that. Like it's just a weird anyway.
So you were in a band called the Casket Kids. That's awesome.
The Casket Kids.
That's
Yeah,
a
it was
cool name. I
me
like
I know.
And Judd, we were kind of started off as a cappella
Really?
or a
Oh.
cappella.
Just singing Misfits songs
So-
like "Die
yeah.
Die My Darling."
Yeah. So no, like more like Static Age type stuff.
Okay.
But Judd and I would go to parties like these Baylor parties, and we were like the only 5 punk rockers in Waco. There's
Yeah.
only like 5 of us.
Punk rocker a cappella
True
group.
punk rock guys.
Interesting.
Or rock. There's like
fucking
a
original,
couple of
dude.
rockabilly dudes, and then some skinheads.
Yeah.
All right, not like Nazi skins, but like
Yeah, yeah.
oi working class
Punk skins.
real skins.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So and we all hung out together, right? And we were a tight knit group. But we'd go to these parties and we'd kick over the keg and drink it all, or we'd just show up. or he knows somebody who has a party. We're gonna go.
Yeah.
And then it's like, hey, I got a guitar, Judd. Finally,
Nice.
you know, it's my uncle's old Sears
Yeah.
green. It's like what you call like
the old
Fender
Fender ripoffs.
Yeah. And it had a little bitty like amplifier, and then he would play that, and I would just sing my heart out, and we would do like some shows. We'd do like 3 or 4 songs.
That's awesome.
That's adorable. I love it.
Did you guys ever put anything down, like on record?
No, not till I was in another band called Corn Pone, and that was very theatric. I played a Scarecrow.
All
A
right.
really badass motherfucking Scarecrow who will kick your dick in the dirt. Right? So, my name was Cornelius, the Scarecrow, and I don't know if y'all know Chris Furr. Chris Furr is a movie star. He's not
It
anymore.
doesn't sound familiar.
But I was friends with Chris Furr, and he said, I said, I want to do something with the band. The band, I have all these great ideas. I want to be a Scarecrow. I'll be like the mascot.
Kind of like
I'll
a
sing
Guar
backup
thing?
Vocals. Yeah, huh?
Like Guar, kind of like
It was
real.
very much Guar, but it was more Southern fried punk rock.
Gotcha.
Where Guar was like, their first
Yeah.
record was really cool in punk rock, but then they started getting metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Casket Kids was great. We did a couple of college shows. We had a full-on band at the time. And we wrote songs and we sang a bunch of Misfit songs. That's all we sang. That's all we did. Sam Hain too. And then, but I really got into music scene with Corn Pone. We have records, demos, tape, CDs, T-shirts. Cornelius the Scarecrow had a pit crew.
That's awesome.
There was guys that would follow us all around because Cornelius the Scarecrow would always get in the pit.
Nice.
During some of the songs I didn't have to sing, I was in the pit slamming people around and knocking around. And sometimes we got into fights.
You don't say.
Imagine.
There used to be a club over on Baylor. I forgot what it's called now. It's not anywhere near what it was, but we opened up for another band, a heavy metal, death metal band. And I was up on stage and was getting really excited. I was already drunk as fuck. And I wore this skull mask with this burlap cowl. I had my eyes done black. You know, when I moved my mouth, the jaw moved, so it looked like I was talking. It was scary.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then I had the burlap sack, and I had a noose rope around my neck.
God.
I had overalls. I had this thing. We would go to the Goodwill and just buy all kinds of crazy shit.
Sounds fucking awesome.
And then I stuffed myself with straw.
Was that itchy?
Yeah, it was. But when you're drunk and you don't care,
You got to
don't
sell it.
feel
You got to sell
Commit.
it.
And the really badass thing was I had this fake corn cob that was hollow. I would fill it full of mayonnaise.
Ew.
I would tie it to my waist, right? And we had this song called My Dixie Wreck, which is about my Dixie wrecked.
Oh,
Gotcha.
gotcha.
It's about the General Lee. It's about the General Lee. It's about the Bo and Luke fighting over who's going to fuck Daisy Duke, and it caused a huge bar fight
That sounds
at the
fabulous.
boar's nest, you know. And then so that's what that song's about. But when that song played, I'd get up close and personal to the girl fans, and I would, you know, do my thing, jack off my corncob penis, and squirt it onto the crowd.
It's fucking
And they would just
tight.
love it. It was like we had a cult following. It was awesome.
That is amazing.
But this one time, this dude, right, I was up there, I was doing my thing, and I had my back turned to the crowd.
Yeah.
And he reached up and grabbed my overalls. He yanked me off the stage, and I fell and hit my butt. And I got up and looked around. And I tried to stay in character. And I said, y'all stop fucking with me like that, motherfucker. I'm going to start fucking y'all up and shit, right? So I got back on stage and started doing some more songs. And I turned my back. I wasn't thinking about it anymore. He grabbed me. When he grabbed me, I just reached around and locked his arm underneath mine. So when I came around, I saw who it was, and I punched him as hard as I could in the mouth.
Yeah.
When I punched him in the mouth, I had these big, thick leather gloves on, and his tooth stuck. I still got the scar. His tooth, I broke his tooth off,
Oh my god!
and it was stuck in my glove.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then they were like just separating us and kicking us out. And I told that guy, yeah, that guy's been fucking with me all night
Changing.
long.
This guy's my spiritual animal now.
You're his new hero.
They kicked him out. All right, so we went and finished the show, and the show was over.
Yeah.
Hey, it's time to pee. I gotta pee, right? So I'm going over there. I'm, halfway taking my mask off, and I really can't see because I have all this shit on. So I kind of pull it to the side so I can, pee. And then out of the corner of my eye, I see this, those big flashlights that security guards
Oh,
have?
yeah.
Uh-huh.
That dude that came back and ran in and grabbed that security guard's flashlight
Oh, he's coming at you
Oh,
with that.
shit.
and was about to hit me in the head with
While
it.
you're peeing?
While I'm peeing, but I saw it in the corner of my eye, and so I just fell to the ground, and I had my foot right in his crotch, right? And he was trying to hit me,
Were you still pissing?
and then I just kind of rolled over, and I just started going to Pound Town again because I still had my gloves on. And it always happens.
You're fighting to do with your junk out?
That's what I was thinking. I was like, did you at least put yourself away?
That's the most punk rock
it was
fight ever.
He was going everywhere.
Oh my god.
He was going everywhere. May have peed on him.
Joke's
I
on
don't know.
him.
Yeah.
We got time for another ad.
Yes. This episode is also brought to you by Mod Ministry. Mod Ministry merch creates for the edgy woman, the kind of woman who works hard but plays much harder, who embraces femininity but tests the societal limits. We are not for the faint of heart. We are bold. We are beautiful. Check out Mod Ministry Etsy page for handmade lingerie. 5-star rated seller since 2014.
Boom. Strap it on.
I have to say that's probably the most hardcore thing that I've ever heard.
Yeah.
That's pretty hard.
That's
It gets worse.
intense.
It gets worse.
Oh, it gets
Or better.
worse. It depends on how you look at it. There was one night that we were playing San Antonio, and we were like, "Oh my God, we're playing San Antonio!" You know, I had this big green. I call it the Green Machine. It's a big Chevy van, 1978.
Like Scooby-Doo?
Chevy van. It's a little more
Rapey.
low. A little more rapey. Yeah. We had picked up this couch. It was a flower petal couch. It was kind of tan and had green and pink in it, and I stuck it in the back, and it fit perfectly.
Nice.
And then back in that day, you know, back in the 90s, you know, people were poor, so they just do what they got. You know, I had a record player in my in there. I just played records.
Nice.
Damn.
The shocks were good, so you could hear it. And then I had, you know, got up to bought this huge tape deck thing that you could, portable tape deck.
Nice.
Well, it's coming back around. I bet some hipsters would be
Oh, yeah.
rocking some vinyl
But we
in
made
the
our way
van.
to San Antonio,
Yeah.
and we're opening up for Agony Column.
All
You ever
right.
heard of Agony Column?
Yeah, I have.
Agony Column was pretty fucking badass.
Yeah.
And they were badass back in the 90s. And we were like really excited. And we were like, we're going to go all out. We have to, we got to. So we make characters. So we make these like huge robots that I fight.
Oh my
Because this
God.
Cornelius and Scarecrow, let me back up. Cornelius and Scarecrow is like the mascot of the band.
Yeah.
He protects them from Latrusha, the Mexican witch, right?
Okay.
Who lives down the bottom down in Waco by a cornfield, right? So they were practicing for free in one of the gin houses over there. The gin, like the big, where they separate cotton and stuff.
Yeah.
The cotton gin. And they were playing for free, and she's like, you know what? I'm going to kill these kids because I don't like listening to their shit. So she tries to kill them by taking this old Scarecrow out in the cornfield and bringing them to life, right? But unbeknownst to her, a badass motherfucker was hidden inside the Scarecrow because he was tracking down this serial killer and trying to bring him to justice, right? But the serial killer killed him and put his body in the Scarecrow.
This is involved.
I know, right?
It's a book. It's a book, right?
Yeah.
We had comic books and some T-shirts and stuff, but this is all my thought. So it brings him to life, right? It gives him all the powers that she has to destroy and become one of her minions and destroy this band. And so when I came to life, I was like, "What the fuck, bitch? I'm not gonna kill kids." You know? So she sent these crowbot minions. She saw some crows and some Transformer toys, and she made these crowbots out of them, right, to attack me. And I was like, "I'm gonna go defend these guys." So it's like a big WWF intergalactic space.
I want to see this movie.
What?
I know, right?
Somebody make this a movie.
I thought about doing it like, you know, having a Cornelius the Scarecrow come back on the scene and
Yes.
do all this stuff because all this social media, we didn't have none of this shit.
Yeah.
You know? But anyway, so every show we create a different character that comes from outer space or from deep down in the bog to destroy Cornelius the Scarecrow. But you can't kill the Scarecrow because he's made out of straw.
Yeah.
You can tear him up, but he comes back together.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then he has a huge corncob penis and he'll fuck you in the butt with it.
Yeah. I mean, duh.
Squirt mayonnaise all over you.
So I did the pumpkin head. We had Gusher the pumpkin, you know, and it's like you open up the skull and he's got the skull with the red slick blood.
Sounds
that dries
awesome.
wet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then rip that open. It got some lasagna in there, some lasagna noodles, you know, and you're throwing it out there. And the Crowbot had like this hamster wheel that I got at the dollar store.
Yeah.
And it was like, it fit perfectly in this big piece of foam that I got from a TV, right?
Yeah.
And it looked like a breastplate. That was the Crowbot's breastplate, right? The Crowbot was like this cow skull with black eyes, and it had like a little pointed thing at the front. And then we had these huge bat kites.
Yes.
2 of them, duct taped together, spray painted black, and that was his wings.
Fantastic.
Amazing.
Chris Furr played the Crowbot, and we had the foam boots. You know, like cut them out of the foam at the Hobby Lobby. Not Hobby Lobby, it was called something else back then. But we'd cut him out. He had big fists and stuff. And we'd fight, and we'd like choreograph a fight scene. Mm-hmm. And I would like tear off his breastplate and rip out some Transformers we got at Goodwill and throw them into the audience and stuff. We like to throw stuff into the audience.
Yeah.
Sounds fucking
Cream
wild,
corn,
dude.
Corn cobs, raw fish.
Raw fish.
Yeah. Whatever we had, we threw out there. And we were really drunk at the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, everybody else was on drugs. I was on whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I would like fill it up with tea, and you would see me
Oh my God.
drink the whole thing, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, he's still standing." I'm like, "Yeah, for real, he's the Scarecrow." That's like only when I played Austin.
Funny. That's awesome.
But then we went to San Antonio.
Yeah.
San Antonio. We went all that. We bought hay bales. We had hay bales stuck up, and people were like moshing in the pit, throwing hay everywhere. And you could see, if you took a step back, it was as hay was flying like this. People were dancing in the circle. And it was like, we made it.
That's awesome.
Right? And then the song Dixie Rhett came on, and I fucked Fred Flintstone in the butt. Corncob penis.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, click, the lights went out.
What?
They shut us
So they
down.
shut you down. They're like, enough of this shit.
I put, the boppers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had a bopper stuck to an inflatable Fred Flintstone. Bopper.
Yeah.
Right remember where his butt is. And they didn't like it. I guess they didn't like it too much. So.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Sucks.
Then it sucked even worse. On the way back, my van threw a rod.
Oh, no.
Barely made it
Fuck.
back to my house, and I never get to use that van ever.
Oh man. That sounds like quite the trip.
Oh,
Then,
jeez.
Things went downhill after my friend Spanky, drugs are bad, people. Just want you to know. He was like, I'm going to do an 8-ball. And he did one, and he didn't survive.
Aww.
So Spanky,
In memory of
yeah.
Spanky.
So Spanky died, and we kind of fell apart, and I didn't want to play anymore. I didn't want to do anything anymore. That's when I joined the Army.
Yeah.
Dude, we're going to have you back in on another episode.
I know,
Cornpone-
right?
Need
Cornpone
more
came
stories.
back, and they did their own thing, and they lived
Yeah.
in Austin for a while. My best friend in the world, Craig Merritt, is an awesome bass player. I don't know if you heard him, but he played for just about every punk rock band that we grew up with.
Nice.
Shout out.
The Offenders.
We're not from this area, so we don't.
The Offenders
Yeah.
are like
Yeah.
globally known.
Oh, okay.
But his World Burns to Death. You heard of them?
We grew up in like the
Jism?
Jism, maybe.
I've
We grew up with like DRI and
GIZ
Rancid and all that stuff in our area.
Jism.
Yeah.
It's a Japanese hardcore band. But they were big with Poison Idea. If you don't know who Poison Idea is, you better go to a record store and get some of that shit. That's Poison Idea I lived off of. Poison Idea is the shit. I grew up, and that's like my first punk rock experience was Poison Idea. Still to this day, I'll listen to all their stuff.
Nice.
Big Champion, the
have to
guitar player, has passed away.
Dig some of the stuff up.
Yeah.
I know.
Have you ever heard of The Accused?
Yeah.
The Farts?
No, I haven't heard of the farts,
Same
but
band.
Farts.
oh, okay.
It's like farts with the anarchy symbol and the A.
Hey, you know what? If you can have a band called Butthole Surfers, you can have a band
True.
called Farts.
True. Why
Yeah.
not?
And I was big on the Bella service too. I liked them. They were different, but I liked them.
Yeah.
So, do you have any pictures of you in this Scarecrow outfit?
I do, and I can bring some next time.
Yeah.
Email me. We'll put them in the
Yeah.
episode.
Hell yeah, because I want to see
A
that.
couple.
I gotta find them.
Yeah, because we're approaching the midnight hour
I think
here.
there's a picture.
Yeah.
There's a picture of me, like, you know, I got this hand scythe and my penis. I'm sitting in a lawn chair, like this, you know.
Oh my god. You're his new hero. I can just tell already. So.
We didn't even talk about knives.
I know, right?
I know.
I
Go
know.
back and talk
Well,
about
yeah,
knives.
That's what I'm
so
saying. We'll have another episode.
he's gonna have to come back because that was great.
All right, we got some shout outs.
Shout outs. Man, my brain just went completely blank. All I could see was like a corn
with
cob
the
and
side.
mayonnaise.
I'm like,
Penis.
No, shout out to the movie that we're going to be making in a couple of weeks. I'm so excited.
Ooh.
I'm so excited. And hopefully
I want to be part of that.
You are.
you are. Congratulations. Wish come true.
You for sure are.
Yeah, so we're pretty excited. Oscar keeps coming up with these ridiculous ideas. He's like, hey, maybe we could they have like a sex scene in there? And I'm like, Oscar, no.
It's about vampires, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Gotta have some sex.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a vampire. I'm gonna be a witch.
Oh, who's a vampire?
We are.
We are.
I mean, we have like a whole brood of vampire, like other vampires, but
Yeah.
they're the main ones.
Yeah.
Am I a vampire killer?
You're a vampire hunter, yeah. Of course you are.
I can make my own props too.
I
Yes,
know.
you can.
There you go.
When we were putting the cast list together, I in my head when you were at the market sitting at your thing with all surrounded by all your weapons, I was like, yeah, that guy. For sure.
Which was very intimidating, by the way, walking by your table and you're just sitting there, you know, just hanging out with all the sharp objects around you, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna go to the next table. There we go.
That was really nice. I would have pulled it out for you.
The weapon or the corn on the cob?
The blades. The axe.
All right. Well, shout out to you for showing up, man.
Yes, thank you.
It's been
Thank
fun.
you.
Shout out to y'all.
Very fun.
And yeah, shout out to everybody that's pitching in. This movie is what they call a resource film. So I've pulled all my favors from all my friends back home in California, LA. Everybody's pitching in.
Sorry, y'all aren't getting paid, so
But everybody's
used
getting
to
their
it.
piece, though. We're going to make it awesome.
It's the
it's
payment.
gonna be super fun.
Shout out to Serena, Living Death Threads.
Yes,
Yeah, for
definitely.
You got shout outs?
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
shout out to the store for being open and people coming in and supporting us.
Yay!
Open again is just
Thank
so nice to
you.
see people finally. So yes,
Very good.
What about you, man?
Oh, shout out to Serena,
yes.
Shout out.
my son-in-law, who's an awesome person. My granddaughter, my wife.
Don't forget her. Man.
Oh yeah, her.
She's
Get
at home
ass
dealing with
whooping.
she's at home dealing with a toothache right now.
Oh man, no
but,
fun.
Shout out to her, definitely.
Cool. Well, we're definitely going to have you back on, man.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime. I live right up the hill, right there.
All right.
Literally up that hill.
Yeah, that's.
Okay.
what
We
Serena
should get
said.
you and Serena in here.
I
Yeah.
can see,
Yeah,
I
we'll
can
get
see
you
to
both.
the parking lot.
2 for
from
1
my
episode.
Two for.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Funny.
Nice. Well, go to his Instagram, subscribe to it. Go to YouTube, subscribe to us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.